Everyone at my sister's wedding thanked me for the toast I gave. Not one of them knows what I took out of it the night before. My sister Nora asked me to be her man of honor 8 months ago, and I wrote the toast that same night. 3 pages. I cried writing the part about how Grant made her laugh again after our dad died. The rehearsal dinner ended around 10. I offered to run Grant's cufflinks up to his suite so he wouldn't forget them. I raised my hand to knock and heard him on the phone. No, the policy's already active. $2 million. I named myself sole beneficiary last week. I stopped breathing. After the honeymoon. Something clean. She hikes alone all the time. Everybody knows that. I stepped back. My hands shook so hard the cufflinks rattled. Relax. Her brother's the only one who'd ask questions, and he thinks I hung the moon. I set the cufflinks down on the hallway carpet so they'd stop rattling and made it to the stairwell before I got sick. I needed proof. Nobody stops a wedding the night before on a story. Nora loved him. My mother called him the son she never had. 20 minutes later, Grant went downstairs for the bachelor's last drink. His door hadn't latched all the way. I went in. The folder was in his carry-on. A life insurance policy on Nora, dated 3 weeks ago. $2 million. Beneficiary, Grant Halsey. Under it, a second phone. I opened the texts. One contact, saved as M. Is it done with the first one yet? Insurance paid out in April. Clean. On to the next. The first one. There'd been a first one. I photographed all of it. The policy, the phone screen, the name of the insurance company. Then I heard the key card beep. Grant walked in and saw me standing by his bag. Hey, everything okay? Yeah. Door was open. Left your cufflinks on the desk. I smiled. Don't be hungover for my sister. He looked at me a beat too long, his eyes going to the bag, then back to my face. You're a good brother. The best. I said. Get some sleep. Big day. And I walked out on legs that didn't feel like mine. I called my cousin Reyes at 2 a.m. He's a detective 2 counties over. Send me the photos, he said. That insurer I know a fraud investigator there. If there's a prior payout, we'll have it by morning. By 6 a.m., he called back. His voice was different. Grant Halsey was married before. A wife named Marissa. Died on a hiking trail in Colorado last April. Ruled accidental. The M in his phone is his brother. We flagged that case and never had evidence. Your photos just handed us the policy and the texts. So arrest him tonight. On photos of a folder, a defense attorney eats that alive. I need him calm and I need him where he can't bolt. Public place. No warning. Can you get us into the wedding without him seeing us until it's time? Yeah, I said. During the toast. Watch me. When I say the line, move. Then I sat down and I rewrote the speech. I took out the part about Grant. Every word of it. The laughing, the moon, the son my mother never had. I cut all of it and wrote one sentence at the bottom of the page. The wedding was beautiful. Nora glowed. At 7 p.m., I stood in the reception tent with a glass in my hand and the whole room went quiet, Grant beaming with his arm around my sister's waist. I talked about Nora, our dad, how she taught herself to be brave after he died. People were crying. Grant nodded along, that easy smile, sure of every word coming. Then I raised my glass and looked right at him. And to Grant, a man who is exactly who he says he is. Every single day of his life. That was the line. Rays came through the back of the tent with 2 officers and a woman in a blazer. Grant's smile held for a second. Then he saw them. The color drained out of his face. Grant Halsey, we need to talk about a policy you took out 3 weeks ago. And about Marissa. The glass slipped out of his hand and shattered on the dance floor. Nora turned to me, confused, terrified. I took her hand and held it while they read him his rights in front of 200 guests. Everyone thanked me for the toast. They said it was the most beautiful thing they'd ever heard. Not one of them knows the part I cut the night before was the part where I called the man they were cuffing the best thing that ever happened to my sister.